So let us start with the problem number 9.1. The first question, first of all, you draw the any reference line. Okay, so using the line command, select any point and choose. Okay, you know that how to change the color, just right click, go to the property and the color by layer. Okay, so generally by layer we use for showing the actual answer, and for line, projected line or some helping line, we use the cyan color. Now we are going to statement of 9.1. There basically you already gone through the statement 9.1. Now we are going to mark the point A. What is point A is basically 25 mm below the HP and 50 mm behind the VP. So where is the point A is in third coordinate. So 25 mm below the HP, where it will be, you can able to see below to reference line or above to reference line? Below. So I'm going to mark the point A 25 mm below, then 50 mm behind the VP means above to reference line. Okay. Here I can also change the color to bilayer. Okay. Now what is given that at 150 mm distance, your projected distance is 150 mm, and there basically the position of point B is given, that is 100 mm below HP and 100 mm also behind the VP. So one helping line, we can say that 150 mm we are going to draw. 150 mm means 1.5 AutoCAD unit. Similarly, this 1.5 AutoCAD unit. Fine. Now we are going to take point B position. Point B position is what is given, 100 mm behind the VP and 100 mm 100 mm behind the VP and 100 mm below the HP. So below the HP, where you see below to your reference line. So 100 mm from the reference line, we are going to mark a point B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 grid space. Similarly, the point 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. If you want these 2 points, you can change the color. So point A and B position, but the projected distance generally for projected distance is what? That is basically kind of horizontal distance between the two end point of your apparent length. जो दो apparent length के जो end point होते हैं उनके बीच का horizontal distance है ये, ठीक है? So 150 mm projected distance है, तो ये दोनों point को हम now we are going to connect this point and this point. Similarly, this point and this point. Okay, so this point, this length is basically is your apparent length. You can also do the leveling, it will more clear. So this is your point A, this is point B. What is this point? Is A prime or A dash, or this one is B dash. Fine. So now the apparent length which is given to you, that you have drawn. Now from this you need to find out the true length. अब इससे आपको क्या आइडेंटिफाई करना है? ट्रू लेंथ. तो आपको प्रोसीजर हमने लास्ट टाइम भी वी हैव डिस्कस, इवन आई थिंक वीडियो इज आल्सो अपलोडेड. In that, basically, if the apparent length is given to you, how to find out the true length? So what you require to do? Just required, because when the true length is given to you, you project and then rotate. Okay, so here what you do? You have to rotate first, then project up to point B. So we are going to rotate first. So for that we can use the arc. The point arc method, which method? Center one. Many actually do the mistake here. Basically, they simply go in the arc, but they have to choose here the center method. Center method is first you choose the point A and up to point B. Is going clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. If you want clockwise direction, what you do? You have to press the control button. Then extend the line, because this line becomes shorter. Now you got the intersection point. This intersection point you have to project up to point B. So before that, you can draw a kind of helping line from the point B, and then from here you need to project. For highlighting this important point, we get intersection point. So what we do, INT before drawing the line, INT, and then project. So for that straight, you can use the straight command. So this is the point you got. This is very minute difference between the true and the apparent one. So you got the true length basically, or the true length point. Now you have to connect this two. Again, INT. So I just turn off the auto mode command because it is there on, it is not be there on the grid. So I need to off the grid also. So by pressing F9, now I can connect the these 2 points. Okay. So see here the connection is not properly. So again I'm deleting line INT, and for highlighting this end, either you can use the end command or you can use the node for highlighting the point. So it is highlighting the node. So now it is, then skip. Now it is perfectly connected. So this line is nothing but is your true length. Okay. Now you can mark the point B here. Okay, if you want, or here we can mark the point. Okay, so that we have done. Now what else? What else we have to do? In other side we also require to find out. So what we do here, again similarly, A dash B dash we have to rotate and project up to the point B. Same procedure we are adopting. Okay, now you can use the arc. This is the point A. You can highlight using node command. Then this is the point again. Either you can use AND. Okay, I have not used the center method. That's why it's showing like this. So R, center. Now select the point A. Then select this end B, this B, and now you can project, rotate. You can draw the circle also if you are feeling the difficulty in drawing the arc. You can draw the circle also. Now you got that. Now you have to project up to the point B. So INT, project up to point B. So point from point B, you can draw another. Okay. So this is the point you got. Now you have to connect these 2 points. So INT. Before that, I just turn off the auto mode, and then I can use the node. Done. Now you can change the color of this by layer, and you can do the labeling also. Done. Okay. In this also, the some of the observation point which we have covered earlier also, the true length inclination is always less than your apparent length inclination. This is happening. First thing, point B dash and B should be aligned with the single projected line. So that is also happening. Okay, that should be always there. Okay, so that is about the 9.1.